Stop being too nice. How to stop being too nice to her. Have you ever wondered why it seems like nice guys always finish last? Why do women often reject and dump the guys who appear to be kind and genuinely interested in them? In this discussion, we're going to explore what it is about the typical nice guy syndrome that can be a major turnoff to women. To clarify, when we talk about nice guys here, we're not referring to kind, good-hearted men who genuinely care about others. Instead, we're looking at individuals who are people-pleasers with an ulterior motive, pretending to be someone they're not in order to achieve their own goals. These individuals may come across as insincere or manipulative, which can be a significant turn-off. To better understand this concept, let's first define what a kind man is. A kind man is someone who is authentic, genuine, and gentle, without any hidden agendas or selfish intentions. He's a straight shooter who values honesty and transparency in his relationships. On the other hand, a nice guy in this context refers to someone who is inauthentic, manipulative, and has ulterior motives. This type of individual is only nice to get something from someone else, often in a dating or romantic context. Women are highly intuitive and can usually sense when someone is being insincere or trying to manipulate them. So, why is it that this type of behavior is so off-putting? Let's break it down. When you give something to someone with a secret expectation of getting something in return, that's not a genuine gift or act of kindness. Instead, it's a form of uncommunicated emotional extortion, where you're expecting something without explicitly negotiating or agreeing on what that something is. This can be very confusing and frustrating for the other person, especially if they're not aware of your hidden expectations. To illustrate this point, consider a situation where someone is consistently giving gifts or doing favors for someone they're interested in, with the expectation that the other person will reciprocate with affection or attention. If the other person doesn't return those feelings or doesn't realize what's expected of them, it can lead to feelings of resentment and frustration. Now, let's look at some signs that you might be a nice guy as opposed to a kind guy. Do you tend to be a people pleaser, always trying to avoid disappointing others or saying no to requests? While it's normal to want to make others happy, if you're doing it solely to get something in return or to avoid conflict, that's a red flag. Another sign is insincerity. Do you often say things you don't mean or agree with someone just to avoid disagreeing with them? This can be a sign of manipulation or people-pleasing. Additionally, ask yourself if you have an ulterior agenda or hidden motive in your interactions with others. Are you trying to get something from them, whether it's a phone number, a date, or a romantic relationship? If so, that's not a genuine or kind approach. Finally, consider whether you can be trusted and whether you trust yourself. If you're prone to saying whatever you think someone wants to hear, rather than being honest and authentic, that's a sign of nice guy syndrome. By recognizing these signs and being honest with yourself, you can start to work on becoming a more genuine and kind person, rather than just pretending to be someone you're not. This can lead to more authentic and fulfilling relationships, where both parties feel valued and respected. It's important to recognize that seeking someone's approval through insincere actions is not a healthy approach. Moving on to the next point, let's discuss passive-aggressive behavior. This occurs when you perform kind acts or say nice things, but when your expectations aren't met, you respond by giving the silent treatment or expressing your displeasure in subtle ways. Even if you don't show it outwardly, feelings of resentment can build up inside you. If you're thinking, "Oh no, this sounds like me," you're not alone. Many people experience this. It's a common issue, so there's no need to feel ashamed. Next, let's talk about insecurity and uncertainty. You might find yourself feeling insecure, not just about your relationship but also about your own beliefs and opinions. Often, you may feel compelled to agree with those around you, especially with someone you want to impress, which can lead to a lack of clarity about your own thoughts. This uncertainty can make decision-making quite challenging. You might find yourself stuck in a cycle of overthinking, often referred to as analysis paralysis, where you struggle to make choices without consulting multiple people. Typically, you may lean towards the opinions of the person you are interested in, even if those opinions don't align with your true desires, simply because you haven't taken the time to understand yourself. Now, let's touch on the tendency to assume you can read minds. For instance, if Ashley doesn't respond to your text, you might jump to conclusions, thinking she's intentionally ignoring you, when in reality, she could just be preoccupied with soccer practice or another activity. If you find yourself holding on to resentments, it could be a significant indicator that you are being overly accommodating. Additionally, you might find yourself agreeing with everything she says. While it's great to have common interests, avoiding any form of disagreement in conversations can lead to a false sense of compatibility. You may think that by appearing similar, you will attract her more, but this can often lead to being placed in the friend zone, which you might already be aware of. If you do have differing views, you might hesitate to voice them, wanting to maintain the illusion of being alike. Furthermore, you may come across as needy or anxious, eager to spend time with her, waiting for her messages, and so on. This behavior can make you seem clingy, which she may or may not notice, but it is certainly a sign to be aware of. Lastly, there's the possibility that you might project an image of being beta or weak, lacking those assertive, alpha qualities. A common misconception among those with the nice guy syndrome is the belief that women are attracted to bad boys or jerks. In reality, only those who are emotionally damaged tend to seek out such individuals. Healthy, emotionally intelligent women are not interested in bad boys or jerks, they seek partners who are secure and genuine. Many individuals seek partners who embody qualities that are quite different from those they often encounter. They desire someone they can genuinely trust to be real and authentic. In fact, I plan to create a more in-depth video that will outline what these desirable qualities look like, so I encourage you to subscribe and activate the notification bell. This way, you won't miss any of the upcoming Just the Tip Tuesday videos, including that particular one. Now, if the previous list didn't quite resonate with you and you're starting to wonder if you might be a nice guy who is perhaps too nice, or maybe not genuinely nice at all, here are some reflective questions you can consider. These inquiries can help you assess whether your kindness is truly sincere, or if it stems from a desire for something in return. 1. When I perform kind acts, whether they are specific gestures or general niceness, do I find myself expecting something in return from her? If so, what exactly am I hoping to gain? 2. If I were to be completely honest with her, and I suspect she might not appreciate that honesty, am I concerned about how she would react? Why does her reaction hold such significance for me? 3. If what is genuinely best for her, or what she believes will bring her the most happiness, does not involve me, how would I feel about that? Would I experience negative emotions or resentment, which is often referred to as nice guy syndrome? 4. If I realize that I am not what she desires or that I am not the best fit for her, would that alter the way I behave around her? In what ways would my actions change? 5. Lastly, if I were to understand that I could never, under any circumstances, have her, would my behavior shift in any way? Take some time to ponder these questions. Stay tuned for my upcoming video where I will discuss how to balance your kindness, and what the opposite traits are that women truly seek in men. It's important to note that while women may think they want a nice guy, their responses often indicate otherwise. In reality, nice guys frequently find that their kindness does not yield the desired results.